am getting myself set up. Today, we are going to do a live x-ray puppy count. And I'm going to go ahead and switch around. I'm going to get everything over here set up so that way you can see my computer. I'm going to get everything set up so you can actually see my screen. So all right, so I'm going to bring my screen close so that way anybody who pops in can see. And I am just going to try to get set up and get a pretty good view here. Hello, hello. Hi, Morgan. We are going to get ready to do a live puppy count. This morning we took my female who is around 59 days pregnant in for a puppy count. And I just got the x-ray sent back to me so that way we can count together and see how many puppies we've got in there. Hello to anybody watching. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to wait a minute or two to see if we get any more people in here. This is basically a educational video. We are going to do a live puppy count. Right now I have the x-ray on the screen. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Thank you, Morgan. So right now, I do have the x-ray on the screen, and I'm going to go over some information on it. My dogs are so adorable. Thank you. Thank you. Right now, I don't have any puppies, but we're going to have puppies very, very soon. The puppies are due. They're supposed to be due around the 4th of this month, September, so just in a couple days. But I did take my puppy today to the vet so we could do an x-ray. And I'm going to kind of just do a little bit of a zoom in so you guys can see a little bit more of the x-ray. Hello, Lavender Flowers. Hello. Thank you for the heart. I seen that and I appreciate it. So I'm going to back out of the screen here in a little bit, but has anybody here ever actually seen a x-ray of puppies? A pregnant female, has anybody ever seen an x-ray of puppies? So what you're looking at right now is an x-ray. They actually laid my female German Shepherd down on a table and just took one large photo of her abdomen. What breed is this? German Shepherd. Yes. So no, nobody's ever seen. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to kind of show you because I'm excited. I really don't know how many puppies we have in there. I told the vet not to tell me. I did want to do a shout out to Dr. Davis, the vet who did take this awesome picture. Sometimes the vet with the larger dogs, they'll have to take 2 pictures because the abdomen is so large that they'll have to take a picture of the front part of the abdomen and then the back part. I see more hearts. Thank you. So right now we're watching and we're looking at a x-ray. Now this x-ray here is kind of cool because of the way that I can see it. Who are the parents? Storm is the mom. She is my solid black German Shepherd. And this is the first time that she is actually mated with Silver. So this is the first time that they're actually mating. So this isn't just a picture of an x-ray. This is actually what the doctors see. And I can make it into a negative. So I don't know which way you can see better. I actually like when the vet sends me the x-rays like this, because I want to be able to move around and I want to be able to see the heads, because sometimes they are, you know, like over here there's a group of them, they're stacked on top of each other, and I want to be able to maneuver the x-ray. So for instance, I do believe this lets me kind of go in and out. So I'm kind of playing. So this will let me go into the x-ray and see. And it's very, very cool because right now you can see the cranium, you can see the spine, you can see the rib cage. Right now we can see a little bit of the teeth. Showy, I have no idea, I apologize what you wrote. But right now, yes, we do, and I'm going to use a marker. So we can see cranium, we can see spine, we can see rib cage, we can see the front. We can see a little bit of teeth. So it's very, very cool. Melon says hi. Hello, hello, Melon. Hello. We are doing a little bit of looking and checking out some puppy x-rays. So let me see. I'm going to go back out. Zoom, let's just go to regular picture. All right, so right now you just see the regular picture. Hello, hello, Melon. So right now I am just showing you a little bit about the x-ray of a pregnant German Shepherd. She is around day, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a vet, but I have been around dogs all my life. I'm kind of a self-taught vet. I didn't go to school for it, but I do have a lot of education on being a vet. I just never went to school to, for it because I mainly focus on dogs, where vets will focus on a variety of animals. So my I subscribe to you. Thank you so much, Melon. I appreciate it. And so right now we're just kind of looking, and I'm going to actually do a puppy count here with you guys in a little bit. Alina, hello, Alina. Now, because my screen here is a computer screen, I actually have these sticky jewels. And what I'm going to do is when I do a puppy count, I'm actually going to stick the jewels on the craniums so we can see how many puppies we have. Okay, so a couple cool things to know. A dog, a female dog, well, a female German Shepherd, sometimes dogs vary on pregnancy stages. Let's see. So dogs they can be pregnant. Usually a dog is pregnant around 63 days. All right. So a dog will be pregnant around 63 days. Now, a lot of people will go get what we call ultrasounds. Ultrasounds are really, really good for doing like a confirmation of pregnancy. You want to be able to see the heartbeats. You want to make sure that you're able to see. Oh, I appreciate you too, Melon. Thank you so much. So a ultrasound doesn't really give you a good puppy count. It just basically confirms pregnancy. So like I said, right now I'm just kind of going around letting you see the x-ray. I am going to show you it in a negative and a regular x-ray. So this right here is the negative. You can see, like I said, with you guys looking, I don't know which way you can see better, but you can see the craniums, you can see the spine, you can see the different bones. And right here on this one, you can actually see the front teeth. So when a female dog is pregnant, you should do a puppy x-ray count, just to make sure that you got to get an idea of how many puppies you're expecting. Okay, nobody wants to have a surprise when their dog is giving birth because they don't really know how many. So let's see. So a dog is pregnant for about 63 days, give or take. Today my dog is on her day 59. So she's getting very, very close. I will do later a video of actually getting her ready. I'm going to do a pregnancy prep video later. But right now I just kind of wanted to show everybody here the puppy x-ray. All right, so when we do this, I actually want to kind of be professional and kind of let everybody know a little bit of information. So you can get a puppy x-ray done as early as 45 days. Now, 45 days is a little early for me to do a puppy count. Um, it's not always accurate whenever you get. I really appreciate you too, Melon. Thank you. Hello, Melon. So when you wait to do a puppy x-ray, it's a little bit better to wait, but you can get an x-ray done as early as day 45. Like I said, today is my day 59. So when you do an x-ray, you want to be able to see, for instance, the skull. You want to be able to see the femurs. You want to be able to see the pelvis. You want to be able to see the ribs. So right now I'm just going to flash. This is really cool. I've never seen an x-ray for a dog. Yes, well, this isn't just an x-ray for a dog, Lavender. This is an x-ray of the dog with all these puppies. Now, while I'm going back and forth and I'm showing you guys different angles, are you able to start to pinpoint some of the other, because this one over here is just easy. This is easy. You can see over here the puppies in this group. But as I kind of go over here, are you guys able to kind of see the craniums and that are kind of hidden? Because let me see. Over here is the mama's rib cage. This is her rib cage, and I'm going to come out just a little bit so you guys can see. So we have mama's rib cage here, and then we have mama's spine here. So we have a couple puppies over there. So, you know, you definitely want to be able to identify the puppies. So when you get a puppy x-ray, like I said, you can get a puppy x-ray starting about 45 days. Now, why do I say 45 days? Because around 45 days after gestation, the skulls will be the first thing that starts to harden, okay? So remember, what is an x-ray? An x-ray is a picture of basically bone. The harder and denser the bone is, the better the x-ray, okay? Melon, see you later. Bye-bye. All right. Hi, Clara. How are you doing? We're doing a puppy count here in just a second. We're just going over some information. And I just want everybody to kind of see. I'm going to be panning back and forth a little bit so everybody can see the differences of the x-ray. And I'm actually going to flip it back to the regular x-ray. So this is the regular x-ray here. And then we have the negative that I just showed you. So, yeah, puppy. Oh, so Melon's going to stay? Okay. All right. So, now on day 45, of course, like I said, we're around day 59. But on day 45, you can see the skull. And I'm going to use this side. You can see the skulls starting to harden. Now, on day 48, you can see the scapula, the humerus, and the femur muscles. They are going to start to get harder also. Around day 52, you can see the radius, the unula, and the tibia. And then day 54, you can start seeing pelvis and ribs. So, of course, right now we are definitely seeing a lot of ribs, a lot of pelvis bones. And I'm going to focus a little bit on pelvis bones here so you guys can see femurs and different kinds of bones. So we're going to, all right, Melon, bye again. So around here, of course, we see the different bones. We're going to see femurs. We're going to see just pelvic bones, ribs. Now, on day 61, which we're around day 59, but on day 61, catch you later. Bye, Melon. All right, so on day 61, you're going to be able to see vertebrae. You're going to be able to see fibulas. You're going to be able to see distinct extremities. Okay, also on day 61, you're going to be able to see teeth. So we're going to focus right here on this skull. And as you can see, this skull here actually is producing teeth. So even though right now on my calendar, I'm looking at about day 59, teeth will start being visible in an x-ray, which the teeth are right here, around day 61. So we are super, super close for her to have puppies because, again, a dog is basically pregnant about 63 days, okay? So that is super cool to be able to see puppy teeth in an x-ray. And then again, all the vertebrae, all the ribs, the fibulas, all the different bones. So these are some very, very, very well-developed little puppies, all right? Now, when we do puppy count, we don't just count the skulls. The way we do a puppy count is we find the skull, but we also try to match the spine and the rib cage to it, okay? For instance, these two here are overlapping, but as we can see, this one clearly belongs, this spine clearly belongs to this skull right here, and then you can see the bottom feet here. The front paws are overlapping. You can see the front paws are here, and then this one has front paws here. So we do have definitely a group of puppies here. And I'm going to come over here a little bit. Now, when they start getting into the rib cage is where they start kind of hiding, because you've got the different shadows from the different organs, you've got the different bones. So this morning when I took my female to get her x-ray, excuse me, I'm gonna get a drink real quick. And so this morning when I took my female to get her x-ray, we did not give her breakfast. Now, she has had a couple treats during the morning, but we did not give her breakfast. We did let her have a lot of liquid because, you know, whenever you do an x-ray, you don't want the stomach to be full of food. You don't want it to be squishing. So we definitely just made sure that she was hydrated, had a couple little snacks, but no heavy meals. When they place a puppy or a dog on a table to get x-rays, you don't want them to have a full stomach. You don't want them to get nauseated. You don't want them to throw up or have an accident while the x-ray is happening. But what I'm going to do is I am actually going to, I saw the mama in a few videos. Yes, yes. We actually tried to do a live a couple days ago with her. We tried to do a pampering live with her, and she just did not want to have anything to do with it. She just wanted to be cuddled and loved and petted. I was trying to do her nails, and she would not let me do her nails. I was trying to just make her feel special, and she's like, nope, just, I'm irritated, I'm fat, and I just want to lay down and be loved. But, all right, so looking here, I'm going to do a full, this is a full view of the x-ray. So I'm not going to move it from here. So if you want to try to count, we're going to see how many people, if you're in here and you're watching and you see this x-ray, do a count. Try to count and see how many puppies are in here, because we're going to count soon together. But try to count and see how many puppies you see, how many skulls you see. How many craniums you see. I will be going back and forth and showing you the negative also. So drop in the comments, how many puppies do you see in this x-ray? How many do you think she is going to have? I definitely want to see how many people will try to count, you know, see the different skulls. Again, remember, we're going to count together in just a little bit, but I want to try to see if anybody wants to drop some numbers down in the bottom. Any guesses? Any guesses? My first guess, before I got the x-ray, because I'm still not counting. I'm trying not to count myself. I was counting 9. You counted 10? All right. Well, we'll give it a couple more minutes to see if anybody else wants to count, anybody else wants to do. Lavender, On your end, when you're looking, does it look better as this negative here, or does it look better as just a regular x-ray? I don't know which way. On me, the negative kind of looks better, but I'm not sure whenever you're looking live which way it looks better, if it looks better as a regular x-ray like this or as a negative. I don't know. Let me know if anybody's seeing. So this is the regular here, and then I'll put it back into the negative. Let me know which way it looks better for the count. Anybody else have any ideas? Anybody else have any counts? Anyone wants to guess? Check. And again, if you're wanting to count, remember, you like the negative better? It's a little easier to see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But with this, you're going to be counting the craniums. Again, if you have your screen, I'm not going to change this, but you have a cranium that goes to a spine and a rib cage. Okay? I eat cheese. 12. 12. Oh, my goodness. No wonder she would be cranky. We see 12. We'll do a count here in just a little bit. All right. So I am actually going to start doing some sticking. Jordan says 13. 13. All right, so we're going to start doing a little bit. Like I said, this is my computer screen, so I'm going to take these little jewels and I'm going to put them on the craniums, okay? So right now, again, we are in the negative, and I'm going to flash real quick back to the regular x-ray. So anybody else who wants to try to count can try to do a count. How many do you see? How many puppies do you see? All right, so I'm going to put it back to the negative, and we're going to start puppy count. Okay, so I'm going to start with the obvious puppies here, and as I mark them, I will go through and look for the... Okay, so we definitely have one here, and let me get this one here. You can tell the spine is coming down here with the feet, and we do have a rib cage. So there's one, and of course right next to it is number 2. So this one here is in front of this back one. So we have one here with the clear spine. This one here, the spines, as you can see, are overlapping, but if you go down a little bit, you'll see that this spine continues to go down, and we have feet down here. Jordan, 13. Jordan is now 11. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm glad that there are people trying to guess. I am so glad that people are trying to guess, because not a lot of people get to see this side of you know, breeding. A lot of people don't get to see this side of when you actually care about your dog and your puppies, that you want to make sure that you're prepared for what it is. So we have 2 here. Now let's see. And I'm starting in this corner because it's easy. Diane Folsom. Okay, why is it safe to do x-rays on pregnant dogs but not on humans? All right, so what this is it's called a rapid x-ray. So a rapid x-ray on this, my female right here, is an x-ray that is done without having the x-ray be as intense as it would be on a human. It's a very, very low x-ray for protection of the female, of course, and the puppies. Now, when this x-ray is done, all care for my animals is very important. All right, Jordan says 100,000. Shoo, 100. Yeah, I think that would be a mama that's not going to be happy. But this is a extremely safe type of x-ray. Very, very low x-ray, the radiographs, very, very low. Whenever you have a pregnant female, the benefits of having this done, to me, it outweighs not having it done, because right now I am actually not only looking at the puppy count, I'm actually looking at the development of the puppies, making sure that all the puppies are developing, because in this stage, if you would see puppies that are underdeveloped, then you would be prepared for that when the puppy gives birth. So doing a quick, rapid puppy x-ray to me is definitely safer. And whenever my female is giving birth, if she starts having difficulty on puppy, let's say puppy number 5, which she obviously has more than 5 here, then I know that I need to hurry up and get her to the hospital, because I do know that it's going to be putting her life in jeopardy, and plus other puppies' lives in jeopardy. So I want to make sure that I have a clear count on about how many puppies we are going to have. So the benefits of getting a rapid x-ray for my puppy, for my dog, definitely outweighs the I would say the bad part. But definitely, if this was not safe, me or my vet or any of the healthcare providers for the animals would not allow this to happen. I mean, definitely a rapid puppy x-ray is, to me, beneficial, not just for myself to know how many puppies are coming, but to make sure that all the puppies here are developing and are healthy, and the mama is definitely taken care of, because we need to know how many she's going to be having. So I hope that answers your question. But so we are on 2 so far. 1, 2. And we're going to come up and we're going to do number 3 here. And number 3, I definitely, like I said, I see the teeth here. So I am going to focus just a little bit over here so you can see this little group of puppies over here. So there are right now 3 that we've marked. And remember, this is very, very cool. A lot of people will not see this whenever they have x-rays, because sometimes they'll get x-rays done too early. But check that out. We do have the front canine teeth visible here for this puppy. Very, very, that is so cool. Every time I see x-rays, it just still, it blows my mind that, there's so much going on into a pregnant mama. But we do have this one here. This one's spine is going either I do believe behind this puppy here. So the spine is going here and down. And we have the rib cage here. So far we're at 3. We're at 3 puppies. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out so that way everybody can get a better view. If anybody wants to drop any kind of guesses or comments, there's the whole x-ray. So we're at puppy count 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to go and we're going to mark puppy number 4. Let me get another. Puppy number 4, we're going to put right here. All right, so remember, we are counting the craniums, the skulls, and then we're just going to try to match the vertebrae and the rib cage right here. Okay, so we are at 1, 2, 3, 4. And we definitely have another one here that's sideways. So we are going to get ready to mark them. I'm getting some more stickies. And there we go. So this one's spine, the vertebrae, will go across. So we do have a clump of puppies right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 puppies there. All right. So again, this is just the, this is right here. This is the negative. I'm going to quickly go back and show you the regular x-ray so you can get a better view, because sometimes one will look better than the other one. But we have 5 puppies here. 1, 2, it goes that way. 3, this one goes down. 4, And this one right here is 5. This one's sideways. Okay, so right now, and I'm also going to show you this too. Right now, and I'm going to get my marker. Right here is the pelvis of my female. Okay, so when a vet usually does this, they will usually measure the skull to the pelvis opening to make sure that the Diane Folson. So if I was pregnant with what we think could be a deformed baby, would it be safe for me to ask my doctor to do this type of x-ray? Again, medical things, that would be something that you would definitely have to discuss with your doctor. Again, I am just going over puppy x-ray, puppy count, nothing human. I am not a doctor. I am just a self-taught dog breeder. I do have a lot of information in that, but if there's anything that's questions about humans and human x-rays and all kinds of stuff like that, I would definitely say talk to your doctor, talk to a person doctor, not a vet doctor. You know, definitely, this is just a educational video so that way people can get a little bit more informed on how to do puppy counts. But Diane, if there's anything like that that you would have questions for, again, refer to your doctor, your healthcare professional, your reproductive doctor professional, because they have that information if you have that kind of question. Okay, thank you. All right, so back to puppy count. So they would normally do a measurement from the front of the skull to the back of the skull, and they would measure to make sure that the puppies' heads would be able to fit out of the pelvis of the female, which is very, very important because sometimes dogs will have what we call a singleton, which is one puppy, and that one puppy will get all of the nutrients, all of the vitamins, minerals, everything that a dog needs to grow. But that puppy will get so big inside the female that the head would probably be a really either tight fit on the pelvis, or the head might not be able to fit through the pelvis. So again, the benefits of getting a x-ray outweighs a lot of the risk of the actual x-ray itself. So if you have a dog that you think is pregnant, I've had dogs that are pregnant and they've only had singletons, and they do not show really that they're pregnant. So getting an x-ray will definitely help. If you do have a singleton, it will measure the head to make sure that the head can pass through the pelvis. Okay, so like right now, this group of puppies over here is kind of getting ready. They're like, hey, this is where we want to be, where all of these puppies over here are still kind of wanting to hang around. So right now we have 5 puppies. So we are going to continue puppy count with the obvious puppies. I'm going to say the obvious puppies that you can see. So we are going to go next down here. All right, so this puppy here, and as I'm looking, I know that it's not this spine. This puppy here is overlapping with this puppy. Okay, so I'm assuming this puppy's vertebrae is going this way, and you can see its rib cage here. So puppy here, you can see the vertebrae starts at the back of the skull and follows down. Okay, so that is 6. Eris, hi Eris, how are you? We are doing a puppy count, and so far we are at 6 puppies. And right now I am going to actually change it back to the negative. I keep going around from the regular x-ray to the negative because some people can see the negative better. How many puppies do you have right now? Well, right now we are in the middle of doing a puppy count. Right now we have the whole screen available, and we are counting the skulls. Some of them are a little bit more obvious than the other ones, but we are counting the skulls and we're trying to get the vertebrae, the spine to which skull, and check the rib cage. So far we've got this clump here that was very obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 6 right now. If you look at the screen and you see more skulls, you can definitely drop below a comment on how many you see. I am going to grab a quick drink real quick. Hello. Thank you everybody who's joining in, who's popping in, who's watching. I definitely appreciate it. Lavender, I have 2 puppies right now. Both are around 8 weeks. Oh, what kind of puppies, Lavender? Oh. 8 weeks is a really good time to have puppies. Labrador, Border Collie. Now, those are 2 good dog breeds. Labradors are really awesome, and Border Collies are really smart. So you're going to have a cute, smart puppy. All right, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So we are going to mark the next one. We are going to mark the next puppy skull. So like I said, I have here I'm actually going to turn on a light above me to see if that does anything to help. Okay, so these 2 puppies here, this puppy seems to be in front and this puppy is in back. So this puppy here, its spine and its rib cage is here. This puppy here, you can see, and I'm going to zoom in real quick. I know some people are maybe doing puppy counts, but I'm going to zoom in real quick. So this puppy right here, and I'm going to come to the other side. You can see the spine starts in the back of the skull. Okay, the back of the skull. So this spine actually comes here and goes around. Here's the rib cage. So we have the skull, and you always want to look for the connecting spine, and then rib cage. So like this puppy here, we have the skull connecting and it's going down to the rib cage right there. My cat's pregnant, but I don't know how many. Yeah. This is what my vet does this kind of x-ray. It's not as intense because it's on a pregnant female as just like a regular x-ray. It's called a rapid x-ray. And basically what they do is they put your dog or cat on the x-ray table, and instead of taking multiple x-rays, they'll try to get a wide screen and take one x-ray using, I guess, the least amount of x-ray force as possible. The benefits of knowing the health of the puppies, you know, definitely for me outweighs not knowing. But you know, it's your decision. Me, I would just love to know. And plus, while you're here, you are actually looking at the formation of the puppies, making sure all the puppies are healthy. Okay, so I'm going to pan back out so that way we can see the whole picture again. And right now, this is a negative. And while we're doing puppy count, I've been switching back and forth between the regular x-ray, which is this, and the negative. Some people might be able to see the negative better, or they might be able to see this better, but I did want to do a puppy count for both ways so that way you can see them. So right now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 7 puppies, okay? Now we're getting to the ones that are a little bit harder to see, a little bit harder to count. So we're going to go back to the negative. And I think you have a big family. Yeah, we are definitely happy and excited to be able to be blessed to have, you know, these little ones that are going to be born basically any day now. I'm actually going to do another live when I get my females area ready, when we start, getting everything ready for labor. Okay, so I am actually going to zoom just a little bit on this side where you are going to start seeing my female's rib cage. So all of this here, God bless you. Thank you. Bless you too. So we have here the front view of the x-ray. This is the ending part of the rib cage. Here's my female spine. So the puppies in here sometimes get shadowed. Sometimes some of them are hidden. For example, if you didn't know which one was which, you would look over here and see a spine and see a rib cage. But since we already match the spine and the rib cage to this skull here, we know that there is not an extra puppy here. Okay, so there are puppies in here. They're just up in the rib cage. So let's see how many. Does anybody who's watching now, does anybody have a guess of how many puppies are in this area? How many puppies are in the rib cage? I'm going to go back and forth real quick. This is the negative. I'm going to go back to the regular x-ray. I know it's a little bit light, but does anybody have any guesses on how many puppies are up here in the rib cage? Remember, if you count the skull, count the cranium, and then count the attached spinal cord, look for a rib cage. Like for instance, this right here, this is not a puppy because this is the spine and the rib cage of a puppy down here. So that's why we don't just count craniums. We count the actual spine and the rib cage that they're attached to. So we know which puppy is where. So right here, there is not a puppy. That is the end of a puppy. Daniel Meyer says, hi, hello. Thank you for joining. Doing a puppy count here live. Not a lot of people get to see the x-rays of a puppy. Puppies are about 59 days in gestation here. And we are just kind of going through a little bit. So if anybody ever does have a x-ray, and they're looking at it, that they're not they're not alone. Here's a video on definitely what you look for, how to identify the stages of counting puppies. So okay, so far we're just going to do a overall. We've got this group here, 1 2 3 4 5, and then we have a 6 7 here. These two puppies, one is in front of the other one, overlapping. These ones right here, they're all just cuddled, ready to come out. We do have mom's pelvis here, so they are slowly making their way toward being born. But we have a couple over here that are in the rib cage that are wanting to just stay in there a little bit longer. So we're going to do a little bit more of a count, and I'm going to put this back into the negative because they said that they could see better in the negative. Lavender, I do believe, said that they could see better in the negative. So we are going to go ahead and just come over, and I am going to get a little bit more of a close-up so you can see. So there are some puppies over here. All right. When you're looking, do you see puppies? You see the craniums, you see the skulls. Let me know how many you see. And right now I'm actually going to go ahead and tag the next puppy. So the next puppy is right here. Okay. She's first time. No, Storm has had a litter before. but I always like to make sure that we count her litters because she does have bigger litters, and I want to make sure that her litters are all accounted for. So we have this puppy here, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's a normal x-ray. So you can see the cranium. There's a cranium. And then this one. This one is a little tricky because there's another one right on top of it. So we want to check and find out where the spine is. So this one right here, the spine is going to go over. Oop, let me come over a little bit. The spine is going to come over and sideways. Okay. Now there is another puppy that's up here, and it's on top of this puppy. So the spines are crossing. All right. So I'm going to go back and we are going to do the negative so you can see a little bit better. But we have a cranium here, and then the spine attaches at the base of the skull and comes over. So this puppy here is sideways. Okay, here's the rib cage. Very, very healthy looking puppy. All of the leg bones, the femurs, all of that you can see. Very, very well developed. And there are a couple more puppies that we are going to see. Looks like just a few more puppies left. I don't know. Are you able to see the puppies? Can you see? It's kind of like finding where's Waldo? Where are the puppies at? So we have another puppy right there. And again, right now we're at a negative. I'm going to flip the camera, or not the camera, I'm going to flip the x-ray back to regular x-ray so you can see. Again, we're going back from x-ray normal to x-ray in negative. So here's the x-ray in normal. So we do have a cranium here, and then we also have the spine that goes down and over. So again, these two puppies are, this one is in front and this puppy is in back. So that's why, again, we don't just count craniums, we count spines, so that way we know the placement of the puppy. So this puppy here is kind of turned a little bit and then goes sideways, where this puppy here is just completely sideways. Okay, and I'm going to go back to negative. All right, there we go. So that way you might be able to see it a little bit better, but we have a puppy here. And at the base of the spine, at the base of the skull, starts the spine. And this puppy is kind of curved and it's laying down. And we have a rib cage over, no, the rib cage is right in here. So we have two puppies, one on top of the other. All right. So let's see, how many are we at right now? So we're going to do a puppy count. So far, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So far we have 9, but we're not done yet, okay? There is one more puppy in here before I show you where it is, because it's a little hidden unless you've kind of been following. There's one more puppy left. I'm going to go back to regular x-ray and I'm going to see if you guys can find it. All right. If you see where the puppy is, leave a comment. I see it. But there is one more puppy in this x-ray that needs to be counted. Does anybody see the last puppy? And again, I'm going to kind of go back and forth between the negative and the regular x-ray. Does anybody see the last puppy? Lavender, you see it? All right. So right now I am going to get ready to place the last puppy. So the last puppy is a little, if you're not counting the spines, you might miss the actual skull. But the last puppy is, let me see, is right here. That's the last puppy that I see. Lavender, was that where you seen it? Was that where you seen the puppy? So this puppy here was a little bit hidden, like these ones here, because up in here, and I'm going to go and I am going to, yes, all right. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom in right here. Okay, so this puppy's a little bit hidden because it shows the organs and the different shadowing of the x-ray. So the cranium is right here. And unless you're actually looking, it is a little hard to find with all of these shadows. So again, we're going to have the cranium here at the base of the skull. This here is a very long puppy. This one here is right on the spine. Okay, so I'm going to actually go back to regular x-ray. So this is what it looks like. So with all of this shadowing and the organs and that, it kind of gets hidden right in there. But if you know that we're looking for the spine, a lot of people might be looking at the spine and might think the puppy is actually over here. It's not, because there's no cranium, there's no skull over here. So you have to follow, this is the tail, and then you start seeing the rib cage. So from the rib cage, you start seeing the front paws, and then you find the cranium. So there we are. I'm actually going to do a out view real quick, and I'm going to just kind of do a real quick overall view to make sure that I didn't miss any puppies. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but take a look real quick, and I'm going to look while I get a drink. Also, happy Labor Day to everybody. I know it's Monday. A lot of people are at home cooking and enjoying their day off. I know a lot of kids are definitely out of school. So I'm hoping that everybody is enjoying their holiday. My holiday started with taking my pregnant doggie to the vet so we can do a puppy count. So I'm going to go and zoom in again. So what you're looking at is the x-ray of a female German Shepherd. She is day gestation 59 out of 63-ish. And we just went over a puppy x-ray. This is called a rapid x-ray. And right now you're seeing the regular x-ray as it normally is. We are going to put it into a negative so you can see it just a little bit better. And we actually are done with the puppy count. So altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 puppies, all right? Now, is this 100% sure? Yeah, usually a puppy count like this far is sure. If we did it earlier, some puppies could hide, but I do not see any spines that don't correlate with the puppies. I have definitely checked over. Again, back here is the pelvis. You can see the back rear leg bone. You can see the spine. You can see my female's rib cage. Today she actually weighed, I think 68 pounds, 69 pounds. And she usually weighs, I'd say around, geez, what does she normally weigh? Huh, see, 68. I think she usually weighs around 55 pounds-ish, give or take, depending on the year. I mean, the weather. You know, usually dogs will gain more weight, especially during winter. So she has gained quite a few pounds. Right now, we are feeding her smaller meals, so that way she doesn't get morning sick. Dogs do get morning sickness. Dogs do get upset. Right now, she is hormonal, just like a person is. Right now, she is in there relaxing because she had a hard morning. But right now, yes, we have And let me come out here. We have 10 puppies. 10 puppies. Yay. And I know I've got a little bit of a glare over there from the sun coming up. So, yep. So right now, 10 puppies. So we did a wonderful puppy count. 10 puppies. All right. So I am hoping that this has been educational. I'm hoping that, you know, anybody who did the puppy count with me had fun doing it, seeing the different puppies, seeing the different, seeing how they're formed, seeing how they're sitting. Definitely, whenever I first seen my first puppy x-ray, it was so exciting. And it was really awesome to be able to see the little ones before they were born. Unfortunately, you can't see if they're male or female. So that's just one drawback. It's when the puppies are born, it's just a surprise. But we do know that there is at least, from my counting and everything, at least 10 puppies. And what I'm going to do is, while I'm on here, I'm actually going to open up the email because I didn't want my vet to tell me how many she's seen. I kind of wanted to do this as a, you know, a live with everybody. So I'm going to open up the email while I'm over here talking, and I'm going to see, because of course I want to know what my vet has seen. I want to know what she has counted herself. So I'm opening up my email right now. Thank you, Dr. Davis, for being so kind and so loving with my puppies. I super appreciate it, especially in this delicate time. Yes, she says that she did also see 10 puppies also. She said all the puppies looked very healthy. She said that the puppies looked very well formed. And she did say that it looked like that they were very, very close to being born. And to show you why I say they're very close to being born is one of the last things that a puppy, one of the last features of a skull of a puppy that will form are their teeth. So right here on this skull, you can see that this puppy actually has its fang, its first canines. So canine teeth usually are visible in an x-ray around day 61. Me, I'm kind of looking about on my calendar, I'm looking at day 59. But as you can see right here, this skull does already have a canine tooth, which is super cool. That is very neat to see. So by day 61, front fangs, teeth start showing, and puppies are usually born around day 63. So my dog is around day 59, but everything just looks so very well developed. All the puppies look very healthy. All the puppies definitely look very well and very formed. All their rib cages, their spines, their femurs, all their bones look very solid. So it's just wonderful to be able to share this kind of thing with you, because again, a lot of people don't have the chance, or will never have the chance to see you know, this side of the dogs and the puppies. And me being a dog breeder, I actually let people know from start to finish on the breeding of dogs. You know, you have to be responsible, you have to be respectable, you have to love your dogs, you have to care for them, you have to make sure that you want the best for them, you want them to stay healthy. And I know somebody, I think Joan, I'm not sure, but somebody was asking about x-raying of a dog. Again, this is a rapid one x-ray thing that I, as myself, feel that the benefits of doing this outweigh, you know, anything that would happen with a dog getting x-rays. So what you're looking at right now, again, is we have my female's rib cage here, and of course the abdomen, the stomach, the back spine, and hind leg. Now this is a wonderful picture. Sometimes vets, if you do have a larger dog and they try to get an x-ray, sometimes an x-ray will cut off back here and they'll have to do a second x-ray. But I am very happy that my Doc Davis, she was able to get the whole abdomen. I seen that. I think I seen, let's see, smiley faces and hearts. I seen that. Yay, yay, woohoo. Thank you. Thank you everybody who's watching, everybody who's looking. You know, this definitely is something that is near and dear to my heart. I can't wait to have, you know, for my dog to have puppies. And what we are going to be doing here, actually very soon, we need to get her area. Right now she's on lockdown. When my dogs get about 3 weeks before due date, I lock them down. I don't let them run and jump too much. I definitely keep exercise down. You know, I definitely want to make sure that they're safe and not irritated. And, you know, I want to make sure that they're very loved. But right now, we're going from lockdown, and we are going to go start getting ready to prep for labor and delivery. She's not in labor and she's not in delivery yet. I can't hear you. Can you repeat again? Okay. So we are going to start prepping for labor and delivery. So right now my dog is in lockdown, and right now we are going to start getting her ready for labor and delivery. Even though she's not in labor yet, I always like to make sure that I have everything ready. And when we get everything ready for her, I would do another video on what we need to do to get a dog prepared for delivery for puppies, what steps we need to take, what we need to have on hand. I deliver all the puppies myself, and unless that there is a emergency, I do not go to the vet. I definitely have over the years been, I'm not a vet myself, but I am definitely self-taught and am able to take care of puppies. I have taken care of emergencies. I have delivered puppies who have needed a little bit of help. I've had, you know, all kinds of experiences with puppies. Oop. Boop. Yeah, see my computer? I just put sticky things on it. But yes, so right now, again, final puppy count. How many do we have? 10 puppies. It looks like there are 10 puppies in there. So I want to just do a thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for leaving comments. Thank you so much for just watching and being here. Your support is really appreciated. And like I said, we will be doing some more updates. We are going to be doing a pregnancy prep video. We are probably going to be doing a live birthing video a little bit. You know, just a little bit of educational stuff. Nothing gross, nothing awful. But right now, I am just happy because my dog is going to have 10 puppies. And, yep, very happy. All right, so with that, I have been on here just jabbering for a little over an hour. And before I leave, I'm going to just go ahead and put this x-ray back to normal so that way you can see it. And I hope this has been educational. I hope that it has been interesting. I hope that, you know, I have definitely helped anybody out there who goes back and looks on this video, who does need to know a little bit about x-raying, what you're looking for, how to do a puppy count. You know, it's overwhelming at first when you start doing it by yourself, but as you know, you get to know what you're looking for and you'll be able to point it out. It just makes it so much easier. So, all right, with that, I am going to go ahead and let you go. And I hope that you guys do have a great, wonderful, and blessed day. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Labor Day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and look for other videos that we are going to be doing in the future. All right. Bye-bye.